Probably heard it before, you should be more ambitious or you're capable of so much more. But how many of you have ever felt like you were stuck in a rut? Like you were living beneath your potential? It's easy to accept the status quo, to stay in that comfortable place, even if deep down you know there's something more you could be doing, something more you should be striving for. But here's the thing, settling is the silent killer of greatness. We don't always see it, but it's there lurking in the background, holding us back from achieving the extraordinary life we were meant to live. What's worse, settling is a gradual process. It doesn't happen overnight. One day you're dreaming big, full of passion and drive, and the next thing you know, years have passed and you're simply going through the motions. It's a feeling that creeps in slowly, like a fog, until one day you look around and realize you're not where you thought you'd be. And that's okay, it's not too late. But if you're ready to unlock your true potential and stop settling, the first thing you have to understand is that you are in control. You hold the key to your future, and that key is unlocked by the decisions you make today. So, what holds us back? Why do we settle for less? It's fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But here's the truth. Fear is not a reason to stay. Fear is a signal that you're on the verge of something big, something that will take you beyond your comfort zone and into the realm of greatness. Fear is not a roadblock, it's a compass pointing you towards your next step. The moment you stop fearing the unknown and start embracing it, you'll realize just how much more you are capable of achieving. One of the biggest mistakes we make is thinking that settling is okay because everyone else is doing it. We look around at our peers, at society, and we think if they're okay with their lives, then maybe I should be too. But here's the secret. Your potential is unique. What's acceptable to others doesn't have to be acceptable to you. You were born with a fire inside of you, a drive to achieve greatness. And the only way to extinguish that fire is to ignore it. So stop letting society dictate your potential. You get to define what success looks like for you, not your neighbors, not your friends, not anyone else. Now, you might be thinking, I've tried before, but I always end up back in the same place. How do I break this cycle? The answer is simpler than you think. It starts with awareness and a willingness to take action. A lot of times we stay stuck because we don't realize that we're settling. We make small compromises here and there, telling ourselves it's not a big deal, that we'll get to our dreams later. But those small compromises add up over time. The key to breaking free is realizing that even the tiniest compromise is a step away from your true potential. Don't wait for the perfect moment to change. Now is the perfect moment. Every decision you make now builds the foundation for the future you want to create. You also have to be willing to let go of the idea of perfection. Perfection is another form of settling. We often convince ourselves that until everything is perfectly aligned, until all the pieces fit into place, we shouldn't take action. But the truth is, perfection doesn't exist. If you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll be waiting forever. Instead, embrace imperfection. Start before you feel ready. Take risks, make mistakes, and learn along the way. It's through those imperfect steps that you will find your way to success. Let me share a personal story with you. There was a time in my life when I was exactly where many of you might be right now. I was comfortable, safe, and honestly a little bit bored. I had big dreams, big ambitions, but I was too afraid to take the risks necessary to turn them into reality. I told myself that I wasn't ready yet, that the timing wasn't right, that I wasn't good enough. But then something clicked. I realized that the fear I was feeling wasn't a sign to back off, it was a sign to push forward. That fear was an indicator that I was on the verge of something amazing, something that would force me to grow in ways I couldn't even imagine at the time. And you know what? I was right. It was terrifying, but it was also the most rewarding decision I've ever made. Taking that leap, stepping into the unknown, is what ultimately unlocked the potential I had been hiding from for so long. You have to realize that your dreams won't come to you just because you wish for them. You won't wake up one day and suddenly find success handed to you. It doesn't work that way. You have to be proactive. You have to chase after your dreams even if it feels uncomfortable, even if you're not sure what will happen next. The moment you stop waiting for the perfect circumstances and take action, you start to see results. But here's the kicker, you have to stop making excuses. Excuses are just another form of settling. We make excuses to justify why we aren't moving forward, why we're not taking risks, why we're staying in the same place. And while those excuses might feel valid in the moment, they are nothing more than barriers you've created for yourself. You are not a victim of your circumstances, you have the power to change your situation. The only thing standing in your way is your own mindset. And here's something else to consider. Growth is messy. There is no such thing as a linear path to success. The road to unlocking your true potential is filled with bumps, detours, and sometimes you'll even fall down. But those setbacks are not failures, they are opportunities to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never stumble, they're the ones who get back up after every fall. So stop fearing failure. Failure is not the end, it's the beginning of something new. The more you settle, the more you shrink your world. But the moment you decide to step out of your comfort zone, you expand your world in ways you never thought possible. Your potential is limitless. You are not defined by your past, by your failures, or by your circumstances. You are defined by your willingness to keep pushing forward, to keep striving for more. You are the architect of your own future, and that future is waiting for you to take action. So I challenge you today, stop settling. Stop accepting less than you deserve. Stop making excuses and start taking responsibility for your life. You are capable of so much more than you realize, and the only thing standing between you and your greatest achievements is the decision to take that first step. And you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have all the answers. Just take the next step. Every action you take will bring you closer to the person you were meant to be. You have the power to unlock your full potential. And today, right now, is the day that you stop waiting for it to happen and start making it happen. As we come to the end of this journey together, I want you to remember one thing. The only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. You have everything you need to achieve greatness, the power, the drive, and the potential. But it's up to you to take the first step, to stop settling, and to commit to unlocking that potential every single day. Imagine looking back a year from now, 5 years from now, and realizing that you made a decision today that changed everything. You decided to stop settling for less. You decided to stop letting fear dictate your choices. You decided to go after what you truly want, no matter how uncertain or uncomfortable the path might seem. The only thing standing in your way is you, and when you realize that, you'll understand that the power to change your life is already in your hands. So what are you going to do with that power? Will you keep settling, or will you rise up and unlock the greatness within you? I believe in your potential. It's time you start believing in it too. And if this message resonated with you today, don't let it end here. Join me on this journey of growth, motivation, and transformation. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful content that will help you continue unlocking your true potential. Together, we'll keep pushing forward, growing stronger, and making the impossible possible. Remember, the best version of you is waiting. All you have to do is take the first step.